All right, to start our lights and reflector inspection on the tractors, the first thing I got to make sure is that I have 2 high beams, 2 low beams, and make sure both sides are operable. 2 turn signal lamps on the front, and then a side marker on each side. 3 identification lamps in the middle, and the 2 outside are called clearance lights. All 5 of those cab lights on top have to be amber. Now, if the lenses are clear, it's fine. It's just the lamps that are required to be, the actual lamps are required to be amber. So it's common to see a lot of trucks that have the LED diodes now. So the lens will be clear, and that's okay as long as the diodes are actually amber. So to start off the sequence, let's check to make sure that the high beams are operable on both sides. And I wouldn't just rely from sitting in the truck. I'd come out to make sure that you can actually see both, which they are. So both high beams are good. Remember, the only time you're out of service with headlamps is when you don't have at least one low beam working at nighttime. Even though if you get stopped during the day for inspection, if you have a headlamp that's not working on high or low, you're still gonna have a violation, but not out of service until you don't have one low beam during nighttime when you need it. So we check our left turn signal's good. Now let's make sure that the right one works. Okay, the right one's good. So we're good on the turn signals, and that's all that's required on the front of the tractor. And now let me show you also something that's commonly missed at times is when you come up to the tractor itself, on the side, you're required to have a side marker amber lamp and a reflector. And if you'll see, like this Volvo has the turn signal in conjunction with the side marker light, right? So you'd be able to see the front of the amber lamp from the side, turn signal from the front, and then here's their reflector. Some manufacturers build them different. Some will have a separate lamp and reflector somewhere here on the fender, but most manufacturers of trucks build it into the headlamp assembly. But you still got to make sure you have the lamp and reflector. Sometimes they're also combined into one, but as long as both of them are there, you're good. And then of course we get to the And then of course on the back of the tractor, I got to make sure I have at least 2 tail lamps, 2 stop lamps, 2 turn signal lamps, 1 on each side. Here we're good with the tail lamps. Now let's check the turn signals and make sure they're good. Now sometimes it's easier if you just check these at one time. So when you're checking the front turn signal, also just walk to the back to check the rear turn signal. With turn signals, by the way, if the truck was operating by itself, it would be out of service. See the left turn signals out on the back of the tractor, which right now wouldn't be an out of service because it's got the trailer attached. However, if the tractor was bobtailing, it'd be an out of service. Right turn signal's good, so we're good there. All right, so we have one violation with the left turn signal not operable, but again, that's okay right now. It'd still be a violation during inspection, but it wouldn't be an out of service because you have a trailer attached. And then as far as your reflective sheeting required, you got 1 foot white, 1 foot white, 1 horizontal, 1 vertical strip. They don't have to touch, but you got to make sure that they're white. And from here we can even see that they have the DOT stamp on them on both sides, so we're good there. And then on the back, on the mud flaps, Remember, either on the fender, the mud flap itself, or on the support bracket, you need red and white, at least 2 feet long, which this truck has enough. But I would just outfit and put 100% across, and this is to mark the width of the tractor. So I could see them writing a violation for this piece missing, because it is supposed to indicate overall width. So you still just required 2 feet though by regulation, but I'd still make sure it's all the way across. One thing this truck is missing though is 2 reflectors on the back. So in addition to the reflective sheeting, it should have 2 red reflectors, 1 on each side. It should look like this truck that's parked next to it. So you see you have the red and white strips on the mud flaps, and then you got the 2 red reflectors in addition to the lamps. One other thing to note too, you're only required to have 1 backup lamp. Sometimes your truck might have 2, but as long as you have 1 that's operable, you're okay. As far as the plate lamp goes, you'll find in the footnotes of the 393.11 table, it'll tell you that you're only required to have 1 plate lamp or 2, illuminating a plate from the top or the side. But in the footnote, you'll read that it's not required to be operable unless you're required to display a rear plate. Most tractors from most states are only going to have 1 plate that goes on the front. So therefore, if your plate lamp isn't working during inspection, they shouldn't be writing you a violation for it.